because of the flights and schedule for the game in Hawaii, will we see less than normal playing time for the starters? I don't know. I don't think you're going to see him play that much. Look, they'll be able to get out there early. I don't think the flight in Dakota is going to be that tricky, that difficult. You'll probably have lighter practices before and after, but I don't think that's going to be the reason why you see less playing time. It might be more of a, hey, let's not get people hurt type of deal. All right, from DeLunatic, will the defense look at moving Cheetah to safety and play Anthony Brown at corner and Lewis and Slot could get the best players on the field? I like the mindset of getting your best 7 on the field. And I think, or best 11. Wow, math right there. I think you could have a scenario where maybe there's a package in which you kind of play a modified, nickel package where, or I guess dime package, and you go with 5. 4 of them are cornerbacks. I guess that is still a nickel. So it's possible there. But no, in general, Awuzie is going to stay at corner in all likelihood there because he's your second best corner. You're going to keep him there. You can get by with Jeff Heath there. But I do like the mindset there. All right, from Bright, if Zeke holds out deep into the season and the Cowboys miss the playoffs, that save Garrett's job. I hope not. A, I don't want Zeke to hold out. B, if just one running back causes your entire offense to fall apart, your coaching staff's probably not doing a good enough job there. All right, Super Chat next up here from Bean, Missouri. How deep do we go at defensive end? Great question. I will include Tyrone Crawford as a defensive end. I could see you going 6 deep in week 1. So that is Tyrone Crawford. That is DeMarcus Lawrence. So those are your top 2 guys there. Robert Quinn, Randy Gregory, they do not count yet. So I can still go 6 deep there at defensive end. Crawford and Lawrence leaves you 4 spots for 5 players in Armstrong, Hyder, Taco, Jackson, and Jalen Jokes. And then once Quinn comes back, are you going to go 7 deep? I'm not sure you are. So even with the injuries to Lawrence and Crawford and suspensions for Quinn and Randy, you still probably have to move on from somebody, and that's going to be a key battle to watch in week 2 of the preseason, week 3, and even week 4. All right, we'll get to some more live Q&A. I mentioned this one earlier from Bright about Zeke holding out. So hopefully he doesn't, and if he does hold out, Garrett should still have the Cowboys win a bunch of games, because if not, just move on from Jason Garrett anyway. Again, guys, keep using hashtag preseason to get your questions on the show here. Again, that is hashtag preseason. From John Parker, could Morris and Pollard both combined be as productive as Zeke? I don't think so. I think that's asking too much of a guy that was a backup for the Niners and a guy that was not a starter at Memphis. And frankly, even the Cowboys don't view it as that. You're not trying to get 100% of Zeke from those 2 guys. What in theory you're trying to get is, hey, can we get, and this is just a long-term look, can we get 75 or 80% of the production at 25% of the cost? That's more of the mindset there than, the Cowboys are not going to have any downtick at all in production. From Dallas Cowboys News, do you think Mike Weber will be cut? It is a possibility. I want to see how he fares in week 2, week 3, week 4 of the preseason. He had some decent runs against the 49ers. He also hurt himself when he just totally whiffed on a blitz pickup. That's a good way to get yourself cut and end up on the practice squad. But I do think you see Weber on the team or a team, even if he does get cut. I think he is a prime practice squad candidate. All right, guys, make sure you are subscribed for all of your preseason updates, your news, your rumors, and, of course, your live Q&A and mailbags here, all on the Dallas Cowboys. Link there is below, but you're watching on YouTube, so just hit the big button. Hit the subscribe button there. I'd appreciate it here on the Cowboys Report. All right, Summer Shelby. How confident are you that Pollard could pick up the load if Zeke continues to hold up? Let me just get a sip here. I realize that's what the Cowboys are doing. That Dallas wants to hype up Tony Pollard. But call me crazy, guys. I kind of have some doubts that a guy who wasn't the featured back in Memphis, was a backup rotational guy there, can be a full 35 touch a game guy. So I'm not overly confident, but I think he'll be able to make an impact for you. But he's not going to be we're going to give him the ball 30 times and he's going to hold up. I don't think that's a likely outcome there for Tony Pollard. And frankly, it's an almost unfair expectation. Matt S., can you see the Cowboys paying Dak, but in 2 years trade up in the draft to get a quarterback and then trade Dak, similar to what KC did with Alex Smith and Mahomes? I haven't really thought about this one, actually. It's possible. I don't think it's the most likely outcome. It would a lot of it depends on how Dak plays. Like if Dak kind of continues to be above average in that range, you could consider it. I would be a little bit surprised because the difference there was that Alex Smith was older. And I guess if the Cowboys have back-to-back years of the Cowboys, not making a deep playoff push, maybe things change. I would say possible, but unlikely there in the end. All right, from Michael Laviscount. Who's your choice for the 6th wide receiver? I would push for Cedric Wilson. I would like to see him because he can play inside and outside. I would also keep an eye on Jonathan Johnson. If he gets open, he's fast. If he can just stop the drops, he can help himself out in a big, big way. I think one or both of those guys, though, end up on your practice squad, too. All right, Daniel Shook wants to know the latest on Randy Gregory. As of right now, nothing new on Randy. I haven't heard any updates out of his camp or from the NFL or from the Cowboys. So for now, I don't know. We'll wait and see. It's Randy Gregory. You know how long it takes to apply for reinstatement for some strange reason. All right, from Desiree 7, is Dak worth $40 million? This one's simple. No, he's not. No. He's worth 30. The market says he's probably worth closer to 32, 33. 40? Absolutely not. All right, from Destroyer Dog, which rookies do you think will impress the Cowboys this regular season? Well, Tony Pollard does have the best and most obvious path to playing time. He's going to get on the field. I don't know if Connor McGovern's going to get on the field, frankly. And I think in an ideal world, he actually probably doesn't this year. Tristan Hill, I hope, but he was a little slow start in week 1 of the preseason, but you got 3 more games plus the entire regular season. So my bet on offense, Tony Pollard. On defense, I think Tristan Hill makes the most sense, and that, of course, is what the Cowboys are also hoping for because they took him over Juan Thornton, who, by the way, looks really good in Chiefs camp. All right, from Michael Bolding, will the Cowboys bring in Eric Berry? I wouldn't get your hopes up for Eric Berry, guys. Look, the medical, I think it's very clear by now, did not check out. So if and when that changes, yes, that could be an option there. Or if there's an injury to, say, Jeff Heath, that's an option there. But I'm not getting my hopes up because if I wanted to get my hopes up, they would have already done it, I just think at this point, best to move on and just, file it away at the back of your mind of, hey, maybe, but probably not all that likely. All right, from Marco Jew, are we going to have a watch party? You know it, Marco. Yeah, we'll do a watch party for week 2 of the preseason. Games at 9 o'clock, so we'll be live a little bit before that's 9 p.m. Central Time. So, Marco, I know you're subscribed. If you aren't subscribed, though, go ahead and do it. We'll do a preseason watch party, have some fun. We'll sit around drinking, chatting about the game there. So, Marco, I know you like them. We'll be live for that game as well. Week 2 of the preseason against the Rams. And speaking of the Rams, which players are you guys most excited to watch against the Rams? Let me know who you are excited to see. I'll make note, you aren't going to see guys like Amari Cooper or Zach Martin. Obviously not guys like Byron Jones or DeMarcus Lawrence. You probably won't see that many of the starters for an extended period of time. Maybe this is like 2 series. Maybe this is 3 series, somewhere in that range. You're not going to see them out there for a while. So let me know in the comment section, which players are you guys most excited to see? Eloy, he says Tony Pollard. That's his pick. That's a great choice there. Frankly, we'll get to my top 5 here in a minute, but I wanted to mix it up and not to the same guys there. Jared says Cedric Wilson. You might be disappointed there, Jarek. I don't think Wilson's going to play in this one. I think he is still in concussion protocol, and I think they're going to rush him back there. Derek says Todd Gurley. I guess you can do Rams players in there as well, but we're focused on the Cowboys players here. So again, that's the main point on that one there. We got Tristan Hill from Victoria, a couple other Tristan Hills in there. That makes sense too. Hopefully he makes a bigger impact than he made in week 1. Judge says Tony Pollard / Mike Weber, also a good choice there. Jamie says Devin Smith. Yes, with Wilson probably out, he has a chance there to impact and make a bigger play there. Same with John Vay Johnson from DeMario 84. That's the JVJ abbreviation. I think makes sense. It's a short, easy way to do it there. Lenwood Odom says number 95, which, okay, it's an interesting choice there for the Cowboys. I guess, that makes some sense there if you want to focus on some backups and some other players there for the Dallas Cowboys. That's Christian Covington, by the way, just to be clear. Michael Bolding says Mike Jackson, the cornerback. Yes, that makes sense as well. And then let's do this one here from Dan, then we'll get into my top 5. He says Jelks and Jones, both of them. Yeah. I don't know. Jalen, I do want to see him make a bigger impact here. He showed some flashes earlier. I want to see if he can do more than that. As for Jones, do you mean Chris Jones? Not, because Byron's not playing, so I'm not sure which you have in mind there. Anyway, my players to watch here. Mike White. Can he not suck? Fair question to ask, I think. Tony Pollard. How much does he play? Can we see him in the passing game? Can we get an opening drive screen to Tony Pollard? Who says no? I went with Jalen Guyton this time, but really all those young receivers. Blake Jarwin's a little bit banged up, but he'll probably play a little bit. Dalton Schultz might not. So all of a sudden, Cody McElroy, you are the number 2 tight end because Witten's not going to play hardly at all, if any. So let's see what McElroy can do. Mitch Hyatt was terrible. He was terrible week 1. He has got to be better. Then on defense, special teams, obviously we're going to watch Brett Maher. And then, this was an accident too. 4 first-year players, not my intent there. Joe Jackson, I want to see how he plays again and see if he can make another big impact game. Daniel Wise / Ricky Walker, 2 UDFAs that I like quite a bit. Michael Jackson had some ups and downs with plenty of downs last week. Can he bounce back against the Rams there? And then Donovan Wilson made the big splash play. Can he get more playing time? And by the way, can he maybe play some more strong safety? Quite a bit of free safety. I want to see how he's used in week 2. All right, NFC East Hub. What, if any, preseason games will we see Witten in? Still a chance that he gives it a go in week 2. He's not going to play week 4. Maybe week 3 makes the most sense for Jason Witten. All right, from Kane Fairweather, does Mitch Hyatt make the team anymore? If the season ended today, no. Maybe a practice squad guy. Look, I had some hopes for Mitch Hyatt. I didn't love the tape out of Clemson. That's why he only had like a 5th or a 6th round grade for me. But Cowboys gave him a pretty good signing bonus, so I'm like, okay, maybe they were higher on him than even I was. And then he was a disaster. So unless he gets better, hard no there. Jody Wagner, how is the left guard battle going? And who do you think will win it? McGovern, Williams, Suafilo, or Looney? Hasn't really been much of a battle, quite frankly. McGovern hasn't practiced. He is not even in the competition right now. Seawheel's played very well. Suafilo's worked both left guard and right guard. Looney has some as well, but by far right now, just A, because of injuries on the offensive line, and B, much more because of just overall play, Seawheel's got it by a pretty significant margin right now. All right, Thomas Moeller do you think Dak is getting rid of the ball quicker? I think it was, if I'm remembering correctly, shout out John Williams if I think this was the correct stat there. The ball got out in the preseason game 0.15 seconds faster, which I know doesn't sound like much, but that's actually kind of notable. So far, and again, it's a very small sample size, Dak is getting rid of the ball quicker. We'll see that's the case again in week 2. Cowboys versus the Rams, neutral site game, Honolulu, Hawaii. It's a 9 p.m. Central kick. It's a late game there, so we'll be live with a watch party. By the way, the Cowboys, folks, are actually favored in this one, which is unusual because they're a bad preseason team, but guess what? So are the Rams. If you're going to bet on Dallas to win a preseason game, this one might be your best pick. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.